Hi, I'm Les, and today I'm going to be working on a couple of ink pens for gifts for a couple of guys that have really been an inspiration to me. Um, they don't know I'm making them, but it'll be a surprise for them, and maybe they'll enjoy this video. This is my little wood shop. I'm not a professional woodworker, um, not a professional turner. I do this stuff as a hobby, and come up with some crazy ideas. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. Okay, as you can see, I've already done the hard part. I've cut the blank to length, and I've got one part of it already glued, the tube glued up in it. Um, this is olive wood in the center, and thuya burl, I believe is how it's pronounced. On the edges, it's just a little scrap piece I had, and I thought, well, that'll make a good little trim piece. I never throw, if it's an inch long, I keep it, and because it might work for another project eventually. But we're gonna line our drill bit up and get it as close to center as we can and hope for the best. Drill press didn't have enough throw to really drill all the way through these blanks. So I keep a little piece of scrap wood around to kind of make a spacer. Try not to overheat this if we can help it. It looks like we're going to, whether we like it or not. Did we make it? Oh, we've almost made it. We made it enough to knock the glue loose. See if I can glue that back up, and I'll get back with you. All right, I've got our tube and our glue, and we're going to glue our tube in. Just use CA glue, what I use. Glue it in that lower part first, and we'll a little extra on here. And we'll stick this piece right on top of it, and we'll get it lined back up. That way our tube's lined up with our hole and our block, and everything's pretty well square at this point. I'm going to throw a clamp on this, and well, probably ain't no need in clamping it, but I'm going to let it set overnight to cure. Let the glue set up good and everything, and then I'll come back tomorrow sometime and put it on the lathe, and we'll start turning. Alright, we're back. It's a beautiful morning in East Tennessee. Sun's shining. We're going to see if we can get started trimming these blanks back. Want to trim them back, you start seeing a little brass. A lot of guys do this on a sander. I've seen guys have jigs built for their sanders that they just run them back and forth on. I don't have anything like that, and honestly, I've had good luck doing it this way, so I'm going to continue to do it this way. These we glued back together last night, so they can hold up. gonna stay together. We'll get it set up on the lathe in a few minutes and I'll bring you back. Alright, I'm back. I've got this, we've got it chucked up in the lathe. I like to orient my pins the way the grain will line up and everything kind of like it was on the original wood, which this being, you know, being divided there in the middle, it's not going to matter a whole lot. But if you're doing just a solid single blank, you know, single piece of wood pin, they do look better if everything's symmetrical. That's just my opinion. You know, everybody, sure, you can do it any way you want to. See if we can get it fired up and get it going, see what we got going on. I do advise on pins, taking small cuts to start with so you get your stock completely round. Some wood is a lot more brittle than others, and it's no fun when it goes flying across the room. You get the general idea of it. I'll bring you back when I get it turned on down and get ready to start sanding and finishing. All right, I'm back. I've got everything turned in there. The zoom the zoom sucks on this camera. I'd like to bring you in closer, but can't really do that. I'll start my finishing with 320. This is pretty smooth, and sand through 800. Probably don't need it that fast. Just trying to get our tool marks out and smooth everything up. I don't know if you can see the contrast. You can see it in person, but I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Kind of got a little shine, a little matte looking right in here. That's just where our tool cut a little bit deeper right in there than it did on the areas of the side of it. May have to go to 220 to get that out. 320 eventually take it out. It'll just take the rest of the day. What have we done on this? Oh, we've done a lot better on that end. See if I've got a piece of 220 real quick. Got a sanding pad. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. One thing to remember when you're turning pins, finishing pins, the smoother your initial wood when you get done, the better your finish is going to look, the cleaner it'll be, and it'll have a lot better shine to it. It won't take as much finish to do, whether it be a CA finish or friction polish or however you want to do yours. Some people spray them with lacquer. I don't know. I vary between CA finish and friction polish. I like a friction polish finish on them just because when they, if your pen gets a little dull carrying it around or whatever, you can, little furniture polish go a long way. I think I've got a dirty piece of sandpaper. All right, let me swap bushings out and I'll bring you back. All right, I'm back. Got my finishing bushings on there. They're non-stick bushing. If you want to do CA finish, I think I'm going to do just a friction polish finish on this. That Thua burl is kind of a real waxy wood, and I've done CA finishes on them before, but I'm just always afraid it's not gonna work very well because of the wax oil content of the wood itself. I haven't had any come apart, but haven't had the finish come off of any, but well, haven't had this come off either. Just a just a wood, just a basic friction polish. You want to just kind of turn it by hand and wipe on the first coat. Then you'll use an old t-shirt. They hold up better than a paper towel. And you want to turn it on, crank up the speed a little bit. It doesn't set good till it gets hot. That's why it's called friction polish. It requires friction to work good. My guess, I don't know. And have it tighten up enough. Something I like to do with mine. It's not mandatory, I don't guess, but it's just a thing that I do. I've got a little chunk of finishing wax that the lid got left off the can and it dried up and got hard, but it works pretty good for this. Take it. Turn your lathe down a little bit, get you a little bit of that on there. Crank the speed back up. Get the t-shirt back up here. Get it hot. And it'll set down in the wood and just makes a little harder finish than just a friction polish. You can buy friction polish at craftsupplies.com has it. That's where I got that at. There's also about 5 or 6 different recipes to make your own if you're feeling crafty. I've done both. It's a little cheaper to buy it pre-made unless you're going to use a lot. Because really, this is maybe an 8-ounce bottle, 7, 6 ounce, something like that. And I don't know how many pens that'll finish, but it's probably in the thousands because it doesn't take a lot. I've used it on other things, other turning projects I've made, such as like cup holders and bowls. I'm not haven't used it for any food grade stuff, but just a wooden bowl that used for like a set your Werther's Original or wrap candies in. I've used it on that before. Makes a nice finish and a durable finish. And like I say, if your pen gets a little dull, a little furniture polish goes a long way. See if I can get a press set up and I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got my press dug out and throwed up here. This is just something I made out of an old shotgun press that I didn't need, didn't have any use for. I want to make sure everything's lined up straight before you start pressing, because these tips will kick sideways, and when they kick sideways they'll bend the brass inside and they'll break your blank. First time I've ever assembled a kit like this. So you're along for the same ride I am. There's the bottom part of our pen. Let's see. Go ahead and finish our assembly on that. This kit's made by PSI. Takes a Parker refill. It is a twist pen. And it feels good. I mean, the action feels good on it. Let's see what we got left. Not much. What we got left to do is do the back. Aha. A little slippage there. Be all right. We can get our clip and our cap nut on. Let's see what it looks like. I may make more of these. I believe it's a pretty nice looking pen. My lighting's kind of poor. Feels good. It's got a little weight to it. It is a heavy pen. If you don't like heavier pens, then this probably isn't for you. But if you like a little weighted pen, that'd probably be a good kit to make. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.